Hello, my name is Nixie Mix, and I will be back momentarily. I am still a little busy right now. So, yeah, give me 5 more minutes. And then I'll be free, I promise. Okay. And I'm officially able to come off mute. Why is that what my... Why does that say that? Go away. Refresh. Thank you. All right. Oh boy. How's everybody doing this morning? Let me just move myself in the middle of the screen here. So, I haven't streamed on YouTube in like a hot minute. So, this is gonna be a little bit of a new experience. So, I might need to reintroduce myself here just a little. Of course, I have a... What do you mean I have a warning here? Of course. I'll consult that later. Anyways, hi, I'm Nyx. It's been a little while since I've done a stream on YouTube. Not from lack of trying, but just I thought I liked Twitch better. I don't. I don't like Twitch better. But we're gonna be doing some hand cam footage later with doing some nail stuff because I'm trained in nails and I need to start building up a portfolio. And yay. And also, if someone breaks into my room, just know it's my niece. She's here and she's precious. She won't be gone until like 12. Because we had a little bit of a later start time, we're gonna at least try to go to like 11:40. Yeah, I'd say that's around the right time. I only go for about an hour with these streams only because I have low energy at times. And because we're on a new streaming platform, I would like to try to do as much as I can here. Mainly just like introducing myself, who I am, what do I do. So I'm a variety streamer. You're gonna learn that very fast. Sometimes I'll be drawing. Sometimes I'll be taking commissions live. Sometimes I'll be doing nail art. Sometimes I'll be drawing physically on my sketchbook. And other times, I might play a video game. Might. That's the key word there. Might. So, that's where we're at on that one. So I have the stream feed open up on my OBS docs. So that's going to be the plan for a little while. I'm going to also be getting up from time to time to get more products that I need because, yeah, you're going to need more than just your regular fucking shit for nails. I still need to censor myself because there are little ears wandering around and I don't want them to hear the words that come out of their auntie's mouth. And just so you know, I use auntie not in the term of those are my pronouns, but that's just easier for them to identify me with. So, that's just easier for me. I'd much rather them address me as auntie than not address me as like anything else. My pronouns are basically any. They, them, he, she, any work. But my name is Nyx. I am a variety streamer and I like to draw. As you can see, I drew my little VTuber gift self here. I am a archfey and my character is called Nyx Arcanium the Matchmaker. This isn't that great of a debut stream, but we'll get there at some point. Oh, thank you, Sapphire Nova, for the donation, or not the donation, for the subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm already gaining fucking followers on here. That's amazing. Thank you so much. All right. So with that, I'm going to get the other screen ready, and I might hop into a Discord server to call. Oh, it came on here too. That was glorious. Okay, so hands are here, and I'm gonna show you how awful my hands are right now because yeah, I've learned a very good rule of thumb with nail techs. If the nail tech's hands look like garbage, you know they're gonna make good shit. And what I mean by garbage, so I'm gonna show you my 4 fingers here. So these are made with polygel. They're very, very strong, like very strong. Polygel is basically acrylic gel and or gel and acrylics hybrid child. It's very good, very strong. I love acrylic. Thank you again, Sapphire Nova, for the subscribe. Thank you. But no, that's acrylic gel. The products we'll be using here is for the tips. We're going to be using this way, Caitlin. This way, Nyx. Apre's Gel X tip prep, so we can put these on somebody at some point. And on top, we're going to be using a rubber base. This is going to give the extra strength, but flexibility we need. I might need to move the camera a little closer. This for prep. This is dehydrator from American Nails. This is my kit stuff that I got from school. And we live on this stuff because it smells good. I need to get my primer from my mom because she's a nail student as well. We're not going to use this because this is crap. This is American Nails Glossy No Cleanse Gel Polish Top Coat. It's not good. We don't like it. But we are going to use for when we're doing nail art and whatnot, this D&D matte top coat gel because it's really good. And when you're doing nail art and such, you want a matte top coat for getting those fine precision stuff. These are my box of nail art tools. We're going to be here a while. I'm also going to be using cherry scented alcohol for cleansing things and whatnot. And here's my wipes in a cute little fairy case. We're on brand here. And we're going to be using these gloves because I'd much rather you see my nails one time and never see them again. So, while I get these out, hurt myself in the process. I'm just going to cleanse my hands first with the alcohol. Yep, cherry scented. So I hope everyone's having a good morning thus far. You can see my coffee is still in shot because I have not finished it. And we got one on. One glove on. So, hope everyone's having a good morning, genuinely. I have had an interesting morning with my little niece running around. She's very adorable. Her favorite words are Elmo, Gigi, which is the name that my mom has called herself as a grandma. Because, you know, grandma's too simple, right? Grandma's too simple. So we had to go by a different name. All right. And the type of coffee I'm drinking is just espresso from a mocha pot with homemade oat brown sugar milk. It's really tasty. I'm going to try to make Monday streams a thing where I do some sort of stream on Monday where we're either drawing, making nail art, or whatnot. So I'm going to move stuff around. Sorry, you're going to hear some audio feedback. I'm really sorry about that. Is my desktop audio not working again? Why would it be working? Hold on. Let's do default. Okay. There it goes. Oh my god. Okay. So we're working now. We can now hear audio. We're listening to Luigi's Mansion Dark Hallways theme because I love Luigi's Mansion. But we should probably put on something else now. I think this has been on loop. Yep, we've been on loop. Okay. All right. So. All right. So I'm gonna grab some stuff. I'm still here. I'm just gonna be grabbing some things. Gonna grab a mat for us to work with for starters. This is just a simple dental bib. Sorry, the tripod's top heavy. This is just a simple dental bib. It's colored pink because we like pink and purple. Next. Cat eye tools because I like cat eye. We're going to keep these as far away from the electronics as possible because those are magnets. And last but not least, tips. So, these are Soft Gel's lovely tips. I love Soft Gel. They're a good company. They're very good quality. I've tried them on several times. And I love working with them. So our shapes that we have are square mediums. So they're going to be slightly long in length, but they're going to be square, which is very fun. And then we have almonds, my favorite. I love things that just come to a soft point like this. It's so cute. It's so pretty. These sizes range from 0 to 13, which is really good, especially if you're, how about we put this in the right positioning? Which is really good when you're wanting to put clients in nail sizes and whatnot. So, all right. And then we freeze. Oh, I think we're getting close to the end of the song. Okay. But still, I hope everyone's having a good morning. I don't think I put any tags on this. Ah, goodness. So what we're also going to be doing is fitting these to my nails. So that way I have something to look at. So we're going to go from this hand primarily. We're going to ignore these two fingers because whatever this size is going to be bigger, and this size is going to be the same as this one. So we're just going to ignore these two, as I already have nails still on these. But we are going to be putting a nail in this one. And I will give you an explanation why I did not show you my pinky. So yeah, I recently got graduated for nails. And that's really fun, but now I'm in this state of what the fuck do I do now? That covers sidewall to sidewall. Good. That means both are going to be that size. I think my index is going to be here. I think that's too big. Sorry, this is where I get like concentrated as hell. And I know it's like, what the hell can you tell when you're wearing gloves? But like, that just went straight in there. I know I'm wearing gloves, it's the issue here. But like, that's a little too tight, so 3s might be where we need to be. Yeah. So 2 3s for both hands. I know it's really silly wearing gloves and being like, oh yeah, these are going to be the sizes. But I already have stuff on these two. So it's kind of hard to measure that. And my nails are in gnarly shape, so I don't want for that to be seen right now. Especially my pinky. My pinky's awful right now. Speaking of which, that was an 8. One more size down. I know you can't see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is we're measuring sidewall to sidewall. So from this end to this end. You want the tip to be able to hug the nail, but not to make it feel tight. Yeah, that one works. So the 9, 2 9s. And now the middle was slightly big, so probably the 2. All right, perfect. We're gonna at least just try to attempt to do one set because it's already 10, 11, or 11, 10. That's great. Alright. So here's our thumbs. And our indexes were here, and I'm lifting and moving things around. That's glorious. So, index, index, middle, middle. Whoop. Ring, ring, pinky, pinky. Okay, so now that we have those all sides, I'm now gonna go grab some stands. And if anyone wants to start, you know, telling me what their morning's been like thus far, it's Monday. Ugh, gross and disgusting. But we can start getting some dialogue going in here. I would love to have a nice little conversation. Just gonna grab something. Is coming back over. Ooh, did I drop one? Or am I missing one? I think I'm missing one. Alright, I got some gel polishes here. I will check the chat in just 1 second. Primer might be in here. I'm also just going to come back over to behind my desk area. Ooh, these would be about to show. My credentials. Sticky tabs. Flash gear lamp. Okay. In here, I'm free from work since I worked on the weekend. Yay. So that means I can always work on my fanfics in peace. That's amazing. I love that you're able to work on your little passions. Okay. I'm also going to move my desk ever so slightly so I can not bump into it with my knee. So this is a flash cure lamp from Apres. I got this just a few weekends ago. It basically does a quick little flash cure underneath the lamp. And these are my babies. Here's all of my cat eye. I love cat eyes. Cat eyes are basically magnetic gel polishes that allow you to manipulate the magnetic particles to create cute little glowing effects. They're so pretty. Look at them. This is not even doing it justice. Like this green. Oh, this green is so pretty. So pretty. Next I have some art. So these are animal prints I was working on. So we have zebra, tiger, giraffe, Dalmatian, and what was this? Cow print. It's pretty. I love how I did these. These are all hand drawn, and it's pretty. And these were test runs for a St. Patty's Day competition. I'm not too proud of these, but they're still really good. Especially the bow tie on this one. I love the bow tie on this one. So. Okay. These are also going to be little gel pat polishes. So basically there's colors inside here. Like so. And then we get this stuck to my glove. That's glorious. And they're going to be used like paint palettes. And lastly, we have, I just realized I knocked over all my tips. That was glorious. These are just simple color swatches and as well rubber base swatches. Again, my credentials. So let's move these away. I love how Dark Hallways is still playing. I might need to switch it. Alright. I'm just gonna grab something out of here first. We're gonna need this for the set I'm gonna be working on. That's dehydrator, base, primer. And some of this. Just making sure that's everything I want to use. The rubber base. Yep, I do believe that's everything I want to use. Perfect. Alright. So first we're going to do the thing that pains me to do every single time I do this. It's putting these little pieces of shit onto these. This part sucks so much. I don't like doing this. I know there's like a product I can buy to minimize what I have to do here. Wow, that just crooked it up all entirely. There we go. That's slightly better. I'm never going to get this 100%, unfortunately, because this is my iPad. Not my iPad. This is my iPhone being the camera here. So what I have to do is put these individually on there for all 10 fingers. Ay. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And they never 100% fully line up the way I want them to. So 5 minutes while I do this quietly in peace without losing my fucking mind. Again, I know there's like this thing called jelly gel where you can individually put on, not individually, but put like a gel-based product down and it sticks. It sticks to this little thing and it makes it easier for the nail to pop off. Now, if someone could give me jelly gel, that would be amazing. So I don't have to do this individually for every single nail. It's also a stronger solution than these. Are we almost done with Dark Hallways? No, because it's 30 minutes long. Let's do this one instead.
We have got to the point where
and you're giving me AI.
App without knowing how to code. This is base 44.
I don't care about base 44. Go away. Thank you. Yeah, I know, I just ran into an encoding error. Okay. Last one. For this hand. Okay. It's not working. My entire setup is just breaking. Oh no. There it goes. There we go. We're still breaking. Oh no. No, 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 no. Please work with me here. Ah! Now, what you need to do is carefully. I need a pair of tweezers here. My niece was just in here playing with all my stuff, so I want to make sure. I had to make sure nothing was available for her tiny little fingers to hurt herself with. Where did I put my tweezers? I had a pair of tweezers here. Oh, tweezers. Ah! There we go. That's one. And that shall be the thumb. Now you gotta line it up very carefully. Like that. Oh no, the camera froze. How long has the camera been frozen? Oh, it disconnected. How did it disconnect? How? Hello? What do you mean you're disconnected? What do you mean you're disconnected? Hold on, I'm gonna close the app and come back in. Photography. Camo. There. Nope, connect through it to this one. Through the Wi-Fi connection. Hi! There I am, and I just knocked over everything again. Perfect! Oh no, did it just break again? Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, there we go. So, ta-da! All that work just to get this on here. That's ridiculous. And we have to do it one more time. Oh, I hate these things. I don't like these things at all. They are monotonous to the nth degree. There we go. Now I gotta find one of them that was the right size. This is a 3. And we broke again. No, that's a 2. That's a 3. What the fuck? Alright, what else is dragging us down? Quit OneDrive. That's awesome. I think we're good now. I think. I'm also now going to tempt fate here. I'm going to tempt fate. Alright, we're tempting fate here. I have entered a Discord call on my server. We're going to see who joins. And I might turn off the music, honestly, because that's what's bogging us down here. So we're going to do that. We're going to just close opera for a little while. That seems to have fixed it just a little bit. But now we're going to go to another thing that's going to eat RAM. Oh, God. All right. Anyways, back to putting this damn... Oh my god, did the camera break again? Yeah, okay. Now we're attempting fade again by going on through the plugged version of my camera. There we go. Whoop. Oh my god, what the hell? Alright, we're good. We're good. Alright, I got this one off. So then we put this one. This is a 3, so this is our middle finger. Put it dead in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. Alright. Nope. Wait, nope, that worked. That worked. This should be a 3. That's not a 3. That's a 2. That's a 2. What? How many? No one saw that. No one saw that. Quite literally, the camera wasn't working, so no one saw that. You saw nothing. Okay. And lastly, we need the pinky. And I think I'm just going to do this set of 5 and then finish this set on my own time. Like, because I have a seminar at some point today to get certified in a product. So while I'm sitting on that seminar, I'll do the things. And I'll just put this here for right now. And there we go. We have our 5 fingers. Woo! Woo! Okay, so what we do next is we're going to buff each and every single one of these, and we're also going to take down this little area with the numbers, and we can see where they once were connected to bigger pieces of plastic. So we're going to buff the top, and then we're going to come in with these. These are primer and dehydrator. So yay! This is also going to end up on my other channel, Polish Mischief, which is my primary beauty channel. So then I'm going to attempt fate. We're going to see who enters this call. I have it limited to a certain number amount. So we'll see who joins. All right. We're just buffing to remove the shine. We're not going any further than that, because if we go any further, we're going to thin down we're going to thin down it, which is not what we want. We just want it to be slightly buffed to remove the shine. So anywhere the shine is visible, we remove. Like so. And then we're also going to come back over. We're going to file these areas just to clean the... You can't see what I'm gesturing to. So then we're going to come back over to... Fucking hell. Okay. And then we're going to come back over to clean it up, these areas and ridges. So I'm just going to lightly buff these areas. Like that. And then we're going to just gently file some areas here. So what I'm planning on doing with these is making just a classic pink and white French tip. You know, nothing beats a classic. I'm good at doing it, so why not? I want to show off that to you guys. We also have a flash cure lamp over here, so when we're at that point, I'll flash cure them. Just again, removing the shine, that's all we're doing. Also just gonna go over to my Discord server saying, hey, I'm hanging out in here, but I am live, so. Where the fuck is hashtag on here? I'm blind as fuck. Send now. Perfect. And we froze again over here. That's beautiful. Alright, anyways. Again, we're just buffing off the shine. We're not doing anything else. I might just reschedule my meeting, like the seminar. Just so I can finish these 5, and then I can finish the other 5 off stream. Yeah, I'll probably do that. It's not like if I miss this, I miss my entire opportunity. I'm trying to keep these in frame as much as possible, but I gotta keep a close eye. Because anybody who's known me can attest, I'm blind as a bat. Okay. Put these here. Is reactive on? I just want to make sure if reactive's on or not. Webcam. Yeah, reactive's there. Cool. So if reactive turns on, we know why. No, not these. Where did... Okay. We just need this. So what... I had it in front of me this entire time. I'm blind. So what I'm about to use is a file from American Nails. As you can tell, my school really likes American Nails, and we're partnered with them, so we gotta be at least a little nice to them. We're gonna season. Alright. So again, we're not going to be removing much. We're just going to be removing the tip of where the plastic once met. Just rounding that area off. So we're not removing much. We're just cleaning up this area. That is all we're doing. It almost feels like I'm walking through a tutorial with you. And you know what? It kind of is. This is actually what I want to do over on Polish Mischief. I want to teach people, because I did not know shit about nails when I entered nails. So all I knew was polish and acrylic. That is all I knew. I did not know there was a difference between gel polish and nail lacquer. I didn't know what the difference was for most of these products. And I'm just gonna move these over here because that's an off-stream activity. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to dehydrate these. So basically we're removing any hydration that I might have put on there. So we can do that. I might actually cleanse first. So by cleanse, I mean I take the alcohol and just lightly spray the areas. And then we take one of these, which is a lint-free wipe, and just gently wipe and drop everything. And just gently wipe those areas. I have a trash can over here, so that's what I'm throwing that into. Okay. Then we take the dehydrator, just gently drag across. Now, if I was applying this to an actual person, I would not be this liberal with it. I would be very, very gentle with dehydrator and the primer, as I'm going to explain, as these are very tender products, so I don't want to apply too much or too little. But at the same time, here's how you can tell we did a good job. It's starting to fog back up. Goodness. Did you hear that? Oh, okay. But anyways, we know the dehydrator is working because we're starting to frost up. This one probably needs one more cleanse. We're just going to gently clean off that nail one more time and apply the dehydrator. So you know dehydrator is working when the nail starts to go back cloudy. That means the nail is completely dehydrated. You can move on to the next step. I probably should also turn on screen sharing here so they can see what I'm doing. Share that screen. Perfect. And it's not going to work on here. That's even more perfect. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm just going to need to turn it off for the time being. That's upsetting. Yeah, that's going to override everything. Yeah. Oh, you're just not wanting to work. I love that you're not working. Okay. Is my hand working? Are we working now? Ah, dang it. Oh, you're working. My connection's just not working. Ah, there we go. All right, so with the primer in particular, this would not touch a client's skin. You're just applying this very thinly to the nail plate. Very thinly. You do not put this on a client's skin. For starters, primer back in the day was used with acid. And because it was used with acid, it would have a tendency, oh my god, my neighbors. That's my neighbors downstairs. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, primer back in the day was used with acid, so if it ever made contact with the client's skin, it would burn. I have a lot of history on how nail products were made throughout the years. Like acrylic powder and monomer were originally made for teeth. And nail lacquers were discovered by car mechanics. Isn't that interesting? Car mechanics invented nail lacquer, which eventually gave us gel polish. Which, speaking of gel polishes, we're going to be using DNC's Mastermind. It's a very sheer pink, but it's very pretty. We're going to be using the rubber base now because primer is only active for about 20 minutes at a time. So once you get, I'm going to move this closer because clearly I'm operating closer to here. So you can see my legs. Okay. Anyways, so this is a very thin product we're going to be using. Not thin, but rubber base just gives that extra strength we want to give to the product. So we're just going to be applying this very thinly. So to apply it thin, we do that. This thumb and I have had problems the moment I started. And we're going to come back here, do this. Ah! I just touched that. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Very thinly. Sorry, I'm going to get very focused here. All right, then we're going to go back to the thumb because I touched it. Just gently. So the thing about rubber base, it's self-leveling, so I don't need to do much. I just touched the pinky. Welcome to the absolute girl failure that I am. Okay. So that is all we're doing with that. I'm going to turn on this. Move this back. So we're going to move any photo initiating stuff. That's basically things that would react to UV light. We're going to move it out the way. And we're going to cure this for about 60 seconds. So now that we're curing that, I'm going to also clean up just a tiny bit. Yeah, throw this away. I bet you've been thinking, what's this going to do? So when we're individually working with each nail, I'm going to take it off the little metal placard or metallic placard and put it on here so we can individually work with each one. This is going to be our palette. And because we're done with the rubber base, I'm going to close that up. And we're going to move on to color next. So that would be our next color. And then we're going to move on to these two. Oh, we're at 140 now. Ah, goodness. Well, I think we can keep going at least just to finish the set. Would you be down with that? Okay. Okay. So we're now going to move on to this. Again, Mastermind. It's my personal favorite and it's my mom's personal favorite. It's very sheer. Just rub it between my hands. Let me open. Look how pretty that is. Is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Now, if I had a light, I would probably have it be cascading here so I could see if I'm applying this thinly, but because I don't, I'm going to have to lift and look. So I'm now going to turn this to face me this way so I can do applying. So basically what I'm doing is I'm applying a very small bead at near the cuticle area, then we're pushing it up to get it as close as we can, and then we drag down. Then I'm now just going to paint all over, spreading that as thin as I can get it. Like so. Just going to do one more. I know it's very sheer, but we're probably going to do like 3 coats of this baby. Just to make sure we get it as opaque as I like it to be. I would probably put down a white rubber base instead. And yeah, we're good. We're good to keep going? Cool. I would have put down a white rubber base instead. So what I might do later is come back over underneath the nail to apply maybe just like a white base. But I'm not too sure about that since once I'm done, I'm going to be applying this, which will thin it out here so it'll apply better. Basically, we're chemically etching that. I'm drinking coffee, you can tell, because my hands are shaking like a bitch. Okay. Just come back over. Again, making sure we're as even as possible. Next one. And then my stomach decides we're gonna just make gurgly noises, and that's the vibe of the day. And we're just gonna keep going until I'm finished with the set. Or at least these 5 fingers, and then I'll finish off the set later. Perfect. But yeah, how do you like the color so far? I know it's very sheer, it's very hard to see, but it's so pretty once it's full. I actually discovered this color when I was at school. I wasn't trying to find it, but I was doing a pedicure on my mom, and my mom grabbed it because we're Taylor Swift fans. And she's like, I want to put this on my toes. And I went, You sure? I've never played with this one. She went, Yes. So we pulled it out, we opened it, and we saw it was this pretty sheer color. And I'm like, Well, we have now discovered our favorite color by this brand. Because DNC is a really good brand. I like, to any beginner nail tech, I highly recommend this brand. All right, let me put you over here so we don't activate the photo initiators. 60 seconds. And if you notice, between every 60 seconds, I take a sip of my coffee because I have not finished it. And I just realized my fecking eat alarm is going to come on in 5 minutes. No, 14 minutes. So if the camera feed goes off, you know why. Okay. So yeah, we're going to just keep applying that coat until eventually we get to the point where it is opaque enough to where I can put this on there. And without hitting the camera would have been great. Oh yeah. What did I spray on here? I think that's rubber base. Oh well. Oh well. How many people do we have? It's just me and you, Sapphire Nova? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Yes. So these are fully cured, and if we wanted to, we can move on to the next step. But I don't want to do that. I want to make these more opaque. So basically, if we wanted to move on, we could. Moving on would be putting on the nail art and whatnot, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep applying. See how that's already starting to get more opaque? It's gorgeous. Such a good color. Ah, God, my nose. This is always around the time when my nose starts running. I don't know why. Like in the nail making process with all the photo initiators and whatnot. I know this isn't fully entertaining, and I'm really sorry if it isn't. So I probably foresee us doing one more coat. And then we'll move on to putting the matte top coat on. Probably gonna just do one more on that one. Okay. Put you here. 60 seconds. Ah, this is my favorite parts of being a nail tech. Just seeing the result immediately coming to what I want it to be. It's so fun. So yeah, this will be one of the things I'll probably be doing like every Monday. Trying to do like a set so that way I can increase my time. Because you can tell we're already on this and we only started about like half an hour ago. Oops. So I'm just making sure I don't have any notifications. Grill me a cheese. Okay. All right. Yeah, one more coat should be fine, and then we'll put the matte top coat on. Next time I'm definitely going to put down like a white rubber base so we don't have this issue of having to build up the color. Because as my teacher has told me several times, we are cheap nail techs, but we are smart nail techs. We work smarter, not harder. And see how it's still slightly opaque? Yeah, I probably should have put down a white rubber base, which I have. I know I have. I just forgot to use it. I am not the smartest of men, but I am a man. Well, gender fluid. I am a gender fluid person. But no, the VOD will be live here on my YouTube channel, and it'll also be live over on Polished Mischief. There will be a collaboration set up after the stream is over. So you can go over and subscribe to Polished Mischief, which again will be my nail making brand and also my waxing brand because I like waxing. I haven't done waxing in my arms in a while, so I'll probably be the next thing I do. Ah, goodness. I need to get water soon. The only thing I'm going to miss from Twitch streaming is not having those little notification bells. Like those notification sounds. Like Twitch redeems being like, hey, drink water, you stupid bitch, or whatever. That's the only thing I'm going to miss. Other than that's it. So, whack whack. Alright, I'm now just going to open up these over here to see which of these pat gels I'm going to use. I'm keeping these away from the light because if we bring these close to the light, these will photo initiate and harden, which is not what we want. Because these are UV gels. UV gels react to light. So they cure, they harden, they get pretty and glossy, as you can see. And I think we applied these very thin. Very good on my part. So when we are having them at this point, we know what we're going to move on to the next step for, which is going to be a matte top coat. The matte top coat will make them nice and thin, or not thin, nice and matte. I also recommend this matte top coat because it's really, really good. So why I'm saying for us to put a matte top coat down is gel is very glossy. And if we did these as is, you can't tell what's the color and what's the top coat or what's the gel you're going to be putting on it. So pat, 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 pat. Roll, 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 roll. Gorgeous. But we're going to be applying this very thinly because matte top coat has a nasty habit of getting thick upon curing. So we're just going to apply very lightly at the bead, at the cuticle, and then we drag down. I'm hoping you can see this. Yeah, you can see this. We apply this very thinly. We're going to come over to the side walls, which again is the side of the nail. And we just drag it lightly down, like that. We can't tell what we're doing right now because it's clear, but soon it won't be clear. Soon it'll be nice and matte and very frosted, and it's going to be very, very pretty. Oh god, I forgot how much matte top coat smells. It's not a pleasant smell. Bring it up to the cuticle, push up, drag down. Drag, 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 drag. And this will also fix any issue with opaque or translucentness, because it will not be translucent by the time it comes out. It's going to be nice and matte and opaque. Top coat just doesn't have a great smell in general, unfortunately. because top coat does not smell good. I have not ever found a top coat that has smelled good, which really sucks because you're breathing in this stuff on a near constant basis. So you kind of hope this stuff smells good, you know? But I have never once found a brand of top coat ever that smells good or doesn't have a smell. I'm now just going over to make sure that the sidewalls are covered because we wouldn't want these to not be fully covered. Okay. Then we move you over here. And we put these in here. 60 seconds. And immediately I can already start to see it mattify, which is really good. So I'm also going to explain why there's a bit of a mirror reflection here, because you can see the lights bouncing off. With any type of gel product, you want a reflective surface because the light is going to bounce back and then up, which makes it a lot more cured, fully cured. And there's an ant on here. Oh, rude. Unfortunately, that's a nasty habit of my apartment. I need to get it fumigated. Not fumigated, but just sprayed pest control in here. Especially with the coffee. Ants crawling on my coffee? Or coffee crawling near my coffee? That's disgusting. How dare you do this to my coffee? In front of my salad? I swear I'm funny. But no, see how they're already mattified? That's gorgeous. We love that. I'm now just looking over to see if there's any streaks, which I don't see any. We probably could come back here because there's still a bit of clear here. So I might throw it in there for like 30 seconds just to make sure. Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to go into this box. And I'm going to pull out, hey, look, a pair of tweezers. Hey, look, a pair of tweezers. From all that searching, I was trying to find tweezers. Ah, God. Okay. So I'm going to pull out this brush. This is a 9mm. Oh, goodness. Open. So we need you. We're going to put the cap on the back. And we need a long, stringy one. Perfect. So these two will help us later. So, there are two ways to do French tips. None are easy. None are easy, I'm afraid. So first, we're going to open up this. You can tell if we like the color black. I personally prefer a nice, lovely... I'm going to turn this off just to be on the safe side. Yep, I told you. Okay. Oh, we didn't lose the feed. That's great. All right, I'm going to just adjust the camera. Perfect. Okay. So, how we do this. So first, I'm going to go back in here, see if I can find the tool I'm looking for. Which I found. Get back in there. Get back in there. Ah! Just lost the silicone tool. Just need this scraper. This scraper. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So, first, I'm going to take this ugly-ass matte top coat. Or not matte, this ugly-ass glossy top coat. We're going to put it on the palette. I don't like this top coat, so I'm using it as much as humanly possible. Then we're going to take this scraper. I'm going to go to the palette. We're going to just gently lift. We're going to put right in there. We're going to mix it in there. Okay. And just like that, we have a nice white that we can dip our brushes into. I'm going to now put this, not get this in there. That would have been preferred. So, you have your nice little nails. They're pretty. And then we're going to put them on the little pedestal. It's on the singular little pedestal because it's important. It's important. So you're going to take your brush, your 9mm. You're going to gently dip it in. We're going to load the brush, and then we're going to just gently brush it out. We don't want a lot on here. Oh my god, it's my husband! Hi, babe! So we're going to gently go across the nail. We're going to gently go across the nail like so. We're just defining the area. I'm going to have to cut that little area off. Hold on. Before I go any further. Like, so, hey, Vivi. I hope work's been good. Hope work's been good. I'm just going to take out cuticle nipper really fast. I hope work's been good, baby. I love you. You should be on your last break, right? Right, I'm just going to come in here. We're just going to cut that. Boom, there we go. Now we have that little streak on. Go back in, load up the brush. We don't want it to be globby. We just want it to be nice and neat. And we're going to go back in here. Just going to load it up. Just going to gently drag this across. We're defining where we want that endpoint to be. And we're going to come back here. Go across. Oh, you can tell I've been drinking coffee. My hands are shaking like a bitch. Okay. Rick's been fine. Look at sitting at a hairdresser right now. Ooh, you're getting your hair cut. That's nice. So you have my stream on in the background while you're getting your hair cut. You are in deep in the world of cosmetology at this point, babe. Now, I could do this a multitude of different ways. Whoop, that's too much. Unload the brush. We're just bringing this in to clean up those lines. Look how clean that line is. Look how clean that is. It's gorgeous. We come back in, thin, thin. Now there is a multitude, Christ, of different ways to do this. I just prefer it this way. We just come back over, we just gently bring that across. Now I am going to go and retrieve some acetone just to clean up these lines a little, you know? Alright, and now I'm just going to bring this down to make that line a little more pronounced, like that. I just keep looking back at my computer to make sure everything's working fine and that we're not dropping too much, which we seem to be fine. Okay. Come back over. All right, we're a little more defined on this side than we are on this side. Oh, I really need one of those close-up goggles. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, I am going to go get a cleanup brush and a little bit of acetone so I can just clean up any areas, and then we're going to pop that back in there and we're going to move that because that's the right direct line of sight. We don't want that. I also probably should get water because the husband's sitting in the chat and I know he's going to be like, "Why the fuck aren't you drinking water?" So, one moment. Just grab my acetone first and then I'll come back out. So the cleanup brush is in here somewhere. Ah, that's amazing. Okay, where to go? Not that one, not that one. You need to go somewhere. Now I could go and find it later. But I need it now. I need it now. So we're gonna go into this one. Again, there's multiple ways to do a French tip. I prefer to just hand brush it because hand brushing is a little easier for me than just stamping. Stamping would save me time, but I won't do it. I see your cleanup brush. Come here. It's Sherman. So what I mean by stamper, we could use this. I don't like using this. I have never once figured it out, and I probably should, but I don't like to. So basically what a stamper does is say I want to get a simple little design on here. It's very sticky, very tacky. And you just gently press it in. I don't like doing that. I don't like this because it's hard and I've never figured it out. I should, but I won't. But I won't. Okay, so I'm just going to gently pump this. Now my gloves are acetone resistant, so they're not going to dissolve, but just on the safe side, I'm going to be very careful when pumping for that. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm going back over, cleaning it up, so the side walls match. Very good. Okay, and now we're going to just nope, not that one. We're just going to go back over and fill in the spaces. And then we're going to come back over and clean up the lines a little more. And then we're going to move that because then it has to go in there. Then it has to go back in the cure lamp. Just going to gently brush it on like so. This side needs to be smoothed down. And now we get into the point where I'm quiet because I'm trying to focus. Which isn't often, but still. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to gently brush off just a little of that acetone and clean up that area. Clean up the smile line, as it's called. Very gently. Very gingerly. Wipe it down. There we go. And that's a nice little smile line that took me too long. I'm also now just going to come back over. We're going to clean up the underside just a little because remember, these are going to go on somebody's nails at some point, not mine. But they are fitted to me. So if they fit me, then they fit somebody else. Just gently cleaning up that underside. And then at some point, we're going to come back. There we go. There we go. Probably move this as well. Move everything, and I just got white on that and that. Perfect. Okay. Turn that back on. 60 seconds. I'm also just going to put my hand here to be on the safe side. This is the only part about making nails I don't like, which is just that sitting here waiting for one to cure so I can move on to the other. That's the only part I don't like. So. But now we have to find that smile line. I'm just going to come back over and just paint very gently on it so I can make sure everything's fine. I probably should move up. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're just going to come back over and make sure everything's nice and painted. Brush it out. That's still too much. Good. We're just going to paint to make sure everything's set. So we're filling in all those lines, or all the gaps, I should say. Like that. Because we worked so hard to define that smile line, we just want to make sure everything looks fine, right? And also, if this isn't completely smooth, we're going to put a little bit of rubber base on top, just to make sure. Like that. That's very pretty. It's very nice. Probably a little thick on this side again, so we're probably going to even it out by just going back over. Just defining these lines. That's very pretty. That's very nice. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Get in there. Put this hand here. I still probably need to get ice, like get some water. Will I do it now? No. My hand needs to be here. My hand needs to be here just to be on the safe side that I don't accidentally cure the white I just spit mixing. Because that would suck. I have yet to show all the ways to make French tips like this. So the next one I'm going to do the easier one, which is using this big line to get the swoops I want. Seven, six. Let's get that out of the line of sight. Sorry, I just had the gel brush like right here, which was not good. Tell me we're still good. Yeah, we're still good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this. We're going to put one more base coat of rubber base on it just to make sure that everything's thin and everything's all one consistent stroke. Not stroke. I'm trying to remember the word here. Make sure everything's flat. That's what I'm trying to do. Or, let's do this first. So what I'm going to do now, I want to make these just a little more pretty. And we're going to put sparkles on there. We're going to put sparkles on there, and this is going to open. Wish I had a big, strong husband here to help me. He's all the way in the UK. Womp womp. Oh, come on. And I just ripped my glove. Ah, there we go. These are about to get ripped, I can tell, because we just ripped this one. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to gently apply just a little bit of this glitter. I like glitter. So again, I'm just going to apply here, swoop down, here, swoop down, here, down. Just heighten this just a little, you know? Doesn't that look great? Ah, I love it. I love glitter. Now, have I invested in chrome powders? Yes. Will I use chrome powders? No. I have yet to understand how chrome powders work, so I don't want to do something if I don't know how it works yet. I should actually probably tilt this towards me. That would probably be better. Yeah, that works. That works. You just don't see it going. So that way I'm not disrupting anything. Okay. And then we're going to put the rubber base on there, and then I'm going to get a better top coat because this sucks. That was one nail. All that time for one nail. Oh my god, I wish I had music. I wish I had someone in here to talk with me. Why is no one in here? Wish I had a friend in here to talk to me. But someone's at the hairdresser right now. So that's rude. Okay, look how pretty. Alright. We're going to put the rubber base on just to make sure everything's nice and flat because the glitter does sometimes have a tendency of staying just slightly elevated on top of the nail, which is not what we want. And that way, if there's any dips or crevices, we're also filling it with the rubber base. Like so. I probably will need to come over with the file just to smooth out any imperfections. But otherwise, that one's done in just a few moments. I'm going to go get top coat and... Christ. Okay. Do I have a top coat over here, actually? A good one. I do have a good one that's getting quiet or something. Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna make these expensive. And how are we making them expensive, Nyx? We're putting Kira Sky acrylic top coat on. This should only go on acrylic nails. Do I care, though? No. Why this should only go on acrylic, I have no clue. But it's on Amazon. It is $12 a bottle. But I have gone to 2 stores that have made it $9 and $10. No, $9 and $6 respectively. But it's a really good high quality top coat. I just don't like using it because it's expensive and this one's crusted over. Oh, come on. Good. I don't want to break another thing of gloves. I'm close to. Very close to. Look how smooth. And once we have the top coat on, then we can file. Very similar to how we applied the cuticle. Come down, lift. Come up, down. Up, float it, draw down. Bring it over to those sides, because I'm very bad at those sides. Okay. And I will need to cleanse that. But while we're sitting here with that one, I'm going to show the other technique for this one. And since the pedestal's in there, I don't feel like retrieving it, so what you do is you go back over with your 18mm, clean it off. So what we do is we define the middle of the nail, which is right here. Then come across. This one's made for dragging. So boom. Hold down. Okay. Hold down. I'll show you that finished nail here in just 1 second. Again, we're using this to just gently pull where we want those lines to be. And my nose decides to run now. That's amazing. Okay. I did not do the best at applying the polish here. You can see there's a little bit of a thin spot right there. Why do I have a little teapot stuck in my head? That's a very strange song to have stuck in my head right now. Okay. I'm going to go back over to the acetone just very gently apply. And then we come back over very gently. Fill. Yep. Okay. Precision. Now I have hit me baby one more time stuck in my head. What is going on? But this nail is done, so we're also going to swap it here in 5 seconds. This is the finished nail. We're going to clean her off with alcohol in a minute. Just going to put that here. She's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very, very nice. So, like I said, we're going to clean her off with alcohol because Kira Sky's top coat has a inhibition layer. Inhibition layers are sticky layers that happen from the curing process. So what we do is we come back over with a little bit of alcohol and we just wipe. Like that. And she's done. This thumb is done. She's pretty. And also this fixes the glitter also helps fix the see-through issue that we had. So there's some areas I'm noticing here that need a little more tenderness and care. Like there's a little bit of a lip right here, if you can see that. And then everything just does want to work now. We're gonna? Okay, we're good. So like I said, we have a little bit of a lip right here. We're going to come back over and we're going to file that down very gently. We're going to file down the sidewalls just to make sure if there's any lip, we'll fix it. Anyways, back to this one. Oh no. We got stuck. I think I'm going to go for a few more minutes, and like I said, I'll finish up this set once I'm done. So, like, I'll finish up the set off stream. So like I said, we're just going to come back over, fill these areas, fill these spots. Just very gently going around here. All right. Carefully, then we're going to come back over like so. We're going to fill in these areas with this brush. And then we get it on the glove. Oh, God. I'm just having a little more here. Isn't that cute though? It's so cute. Alright, we're just going to clean up a little areas. Like so. There's another reason why you see me like go in between, because there's a small chance of when you're doing this method of ghosting, which is the color from the pigment sticking to the acetone and leaving a slight fade, which is not what you want. Just gonna come back over here. There we go. Very pretty. 60 seconds. All right, and while we're waiting here, I'm just going to take the file and then just very gently just drag the file across. Just making sure if there is any spilling over, it'll just come right off. I fucking hate these things. That's why I don't like these things. They get stuck there. Oh my god. Okay. We're not going to thin this out much. We're just cleaning up the side, like the sides. Like so. And then we're going to take another one of our lint-free wipes. Take the alcohol. Clean out the underside. And then we drop the nail on our lap. Okay, so remember how I mentioned that at some point I would like these to sit on somebody's nail? Or also, just because again I saw the lip, I'm just going to come back over. We're going to buff that out. There we go. Still a bit of a lip. Okay. So remember how I said I would like these to eventually sit on somebody's nails? We're going to come back over in just one moment, and I drop a lint-free wipe. Just making sure these are all dry. We're going to chemically etch these. So how we chemically etch? We take the après step 3 tip primer. So tip primer is what it says on the tin. It is a primer for the tip. It's a chemical etching solution, so you don't need to etch the underside of the nail. If you etch the underside of the nail, that can make it very thin, very fast. So what we're going to do is just chemically etch it along these areas here. You're scrubbing, you're not polishing, you're scrubbing. Like so. This will thin it, so when the person goes to put it on their nail, it'll fit a lot more snugly, and it will also stick more. The retention will heighten, basically. And that's one done. Now, we can't sell a nail like this. We just can't. That's not how that works. So I'm getting up one more time. That one doesn't have anything in it. This one does. Packaging. So what we're going to do, we're going to come here. Come on. There we go. And I'm going to take the nail, press it down right there. That's one. 9 more to go. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm going to finish up one more. And then I'm going to call it because I'm getting very tired and I need to drink water. And also, it's getting close to 1. I would prefer to get this a little done. We're just going to go over the edges. Fill in any gaps I had. Perfect. Okay, now we're just going to fill in these areas. Fill in these areas. Okay. Oop, that's loaded too much. Go. Sorry, I'm getting really into this one. Okay. Okay. Alright. Just gonna fill in these areas. Perfect. Let that one sit. I'm guessing the sticky tab is right here. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, that was great. Ah, God. I've been going for 2 hours. That is wild for me. Okay. But very pretty. Very, very nice. Look how pretty that is. Yes. That's gonna look nice when we get the index in there. I think I'm gonna do a thing where I have the thumb here and the thumb here, and it works backwards. It's gonna be pretty. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this last nail, and then we're gonna wrap up. Give some thanks and whatnot. And also maybe explain the little bar on screen just a little. Just a little bit. Okay. Oh my god, can my nose stop? It's not pretty. It's gross. Close that one up. Cure? Ooh, pretty. Yes. It's very pretty. To explain the bar on the screen, my laptop is a piece of shit. As you can tell, the quality of the stream keeps going in and out, unfortunately. And that is because my computer is old. It is old. I am working on a old Asus Vivo book, and it is doing its job. It is functioning, but I am not happy on it. I need to get a new laptop, and the one I've been looking at is a MacBook Neo. It is their cheapest one. It's very nice, and I have worked on a MacBook before. I have worked on a Mac before. Um, I need to stop scratching. Um, the only thing with it is I'm paying for half of it, and then my mom has said that she would also pay for the other half. So, I also have another reason why I have a dono bar and the if you wish to tip to me, please do. Uh, I'm gonna go into more detail about this soon. Not today though. Um, my family's financial situation has somewhat changed. And because it has changed, we're trying to find ways to make ends meet now. I live with my mom, so we're trying to make the best of a bad situation. But we are not doing great. I think that's the best way I can describe it. We're not doing great. Um so any donation would be helpful. The next stream will be on Wednesday, and I will be hosting $5 commissions for that. $5 art commissions. So if you want a little doodle, you can. They're going to just be simple sketches because I'm not going to put a lot of time, not a lot of time, but I'm going to put a lot of effort into the sketch, but that is all it's going to be is a sketch. And I'll also show off the finished result of these. Um but my mom and I we're doing the best we can. We're trying to come up with a side hustle on the side, but we are both nail students and we're both trying to figure out what the next step should be. So any tip helps, even if it's just $1. But please donate responsibly. Do not feel like you need to. If you can't afford a commission, you don't need to buy a commission. This is just a simple, if you can, great. If you can't, great. Just watching these and helping me get to the ability to host memberships is more than enough. God, my nose. I'm also trying not to get emotional with this one because this has happened before, and unfortunately, we had more time to prepare, so we don't have as much time this time. my mom has applied to several jobs in her field, but there's no guarantee of us getting another job that match that pay. So, please understand that if I go quiet from time to time, I'm in I am mostly in thought in trying to figure out what's the next thing I can do. I do plan on getting a part-time job at some point. But for right now, I need to just do what I can. I'm just making sure I apply this evenly. And I I want to do as much as I can to help my mom right now. And right now that's getting as much money as I can to support myself and not feel like my mom has to support me all the time. And also, on top of the financial situation and on top of um, needing a new laptop soon, I'm immigrating at some point to the UK. And like I said, any amount helps, but that's going to take a lot of precedent. So having additional funds on top of that would be amazing. So again, any amount helps. You don't need to donate. You don't need to buy a commission on those Wednesdays when I host $5 commissions. You don't need to do that, but I am going to be hosting as much as I can to get just money, not money, but to what can I describe? What can I say? Like just my own pocket money basically. Oh, we're on the new ones now. And any amount helps. It'll help me, it'll help my mom, because then it'll be one less thing she has to worry about. Okay, just grab one, please. Thank you. And like I said, any amount helps. You don't need to contribute. If you can't contribute, that's perfectly fine. Just thank you for even just tuning in to watch me make basically my first round of nail content, because this is going on Polish Mischief as well. So now we're just going to clean up sides. Just cleaning up. So, like I said, any amount helps. You don't need to contribute if you can't contribute. I'm just repeating myself now, and I'm really sorry about that. Sounds like they're done with lunchtime. Oh. So, like I said, please donate responsibly. You don't need to donate, but any amount can help. Even if it's just a subscribe to me. Subscribing to me is amazing. You're helping me by telling me this is the content you want to see. You're helping me by saying, yes, I want to see your content. Please make more content. That helps amazingly. Like, you don't even know how much that helps. So just popping by, saying hi, engaging in chat, that's more than enough. You're telling me this is the content you want. This is what you want to see from me. And that's the part that means more to me than any donation that you could give me also. All right, last one. So chemically etch, scrub, thinner, like so. And then something gets stuck to me. Oh, it's still there. Oh my god, it's stuck. The sticky tab is stuck to me. Who could have seen that one coming? Okay. Okay. We open up the packaging. I don't like that there. There we go. And there we go. And like I said, on the Wednesday stream, you're going to see the results of this being finished. But for now, that is what we got. This is what I did in the near 30 hours I've been live. Oh my god. How am I not tired? Or how am I not more tired, I should say. But yeah, no. So I'll finish these 3 off stream and then I'll start the next set off stream as well. So you can see the results of these. The more I make also, the more I'll be able to sell in the future. Because I do want to sell packages of these. Because these are fun to make. And yeah. Eventually I'll have more to show. But for right now, this is what I have. So let me just switch screens here. All right, we're back. Take off the gloves also. My god, my hands are sweaty. This is the only problem with gloves and me. It's sweaty. But no, so that was my nail art stream? Nail art, just chatting. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot more of these on Monday. And hopefully I'll be able to get faster at making sets. And maybe I'll base them around my friends, like maybe Lonnie's Grove or Leilani's Grove, Marion Graves. Highly recommend you all go check her out. Both of them are amazing. Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll figure it out as time goes by. Right now, I have no clue what I'm doing. So, anyways, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for just hanging out with me. I am very happy to be back on YouTube on this side for streaming because this is a lot more easier personally than using Twitch, and also is a lot less bandwidth. So, would like to give a quick shout out to the patrons that I have over on Patreon, that being Danny Burb and Seth Bun. Thank you so much, you two, for constantly giving support and always being there. You two are amazing. And thank you so much again to Sapphire Nova 24 for subscribing and being my first subscriber on stream. That's amazing. And also thank you to Volk in the Box for just peeking in here. You fucking weirdo. I love you. So anyways, thank you so much again. My name is Nixie Mix. Thank you for coming to my Curio Cafe. Stay magical.